All right, I felt like that video needed a part two. All right, so my experience in Tombstone, part two. We stayed at the Trail Rider Inn. We stayed in the bunkhouse. It was great. The jacuzzi had too much chlorine in it. But other than that, fine. Great. Great experience. No complaints about the Trail Rider Inn. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Great hotel to stay at if you're, if you're visiting that place and it's right centralized near everything. Secondary. It is still in Arizona. So even though it's kind of like Cowboy Disneyland, I guess. Not even. Really, I mean like Cowboy Raging Waters light. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's not that fancy. It's not that special. Like Disneyland's like, it's not like this big freaking thing. It's an old town that rests somewhere in the southeast of Arizona, and it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. So, other than that though, it's still Arizona. So when I say it's still Arizona, I'm talking about like the service. Like we got great service from some places, we got shit service from other places. And I'm going to give one example of great service. And I'll give two examples of great service. I did already. The Trail Rider Inn, great service. Another example of great service was Bearded Kate's Saloon. Wonderful food. Great service. Friendly people. Very, very informative about the building and the history and helpful, right? Actually cool. There was one place there that I'm not going to name, but it was like a freaking soda pop float, root beer float place. And you go in there and she'll tell you that the sodas are $2.50 each. And sure. And she'll tell you that the sodas are $2.50 each, and that she'll add a scoop of vanilla ice cream to the soda, and that essentially you can buy yourself a root beer float for $2.50. And she said one thing of root beer, one bottle of root beer makes 2 root beer floats. So what I was told was you could pick any bottle or bottles of root beer or soda off the shelf that you'd like, and each bottle makes 2 floats, and I'll put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in your soda, and each soda costs $1.50, right? So I'm thinking, oh wow, you can get 2 root beer floats for $2.50. That's wild. I said, wait, you're serious? Like, because I'm thinking, like, this place is very affordable. 2 root beer floats for $2.50. I was like, I can't believe it. That's awesome. So I picked out, like, 4 root beers. I was going to pay, like, $10 for, like, 8 mini root beer floats. You know what I mean? And I get to the counter, and she rings it up, and it's, like, $45. And I was like, oh, what happened? $2.50 a soda, and then that turns into 2 root beer floats. And she starts like getting weird and belittling me and like acting like I was a broke bitch at that point. I was kind of just like, she was training somebody, right? And the person she was training was looking at me like this poor unfortunate soul. And she told me she was training somebody, right? And I was like, she should probably be training you. You told me it was, but anyway, there's a big difference between $10 tab and $44 tab. That's something, buyer beware, Tombstone be like that. That sometimes, I guess, so maybe it's that one place. Maybe it was that one place. But they also don't tell you got to pay to get into the cemetery